Jackie, good morning.
Hi, Pierre. How you doing?
I am doing all right. How are you?
I'm great. Excited for today. I think it's one
Same.
of the most fun things that we've created.
I think so too. I think
Or
so.
maybe I'm just biased because it's so colorful, kind of thing. I don't know. I still can't get over your photography type of thing we did previously with that font.
Yeah,
It's haunting me every day, thinking, what can I create with that font?
that was pretty good. You know what I think? I was looking at it the other day, and here, let me start a screen share. And uh, one of our affiliates actually asked for it, so I went in there and I shared it with them.
Ah, cool.
And I took a look at it again, and you know what I think? I think the color of the text on the color of the background is really what makes it pop. Here you go.
Yeah.
You can see my screen.
Yes,
Yeah, this is really nice, right?
I think so too.
Contrast that with what we came up with last time with this meow. Just shows you how design needs to work, right? It needs to
Yes.
uh, address the topic and the brand and the subject matter separately every time. Imagine if we
That
treated,
was a cat
yeah,
side.
it's not going to work. What we came up with here, it's fun, it's active, it's attractive. I see here you added the logo and the menu items, and I just think this is all fantastic.
Definitely. I
These
agree
won't
with
go
you.
anywhere right now, but we're about to fix that, right?
Yep, absolutely. And I think today is the time that we are going to start showcasing how to add the e-com store kind of thing.
All right.
Uh, and for today, just to let everybody know, whether you're watching live or the replay later, with our ecom store, you can really add as many products as you like. And I'm not going to go into depth with regards to how you create each and every single item or all the different kinds of possibilities, because that's not the idea. The idea is to show you how you can add it to your page and give you some tips and tricks
Mhm.
on how to make the page look like an ecom store and not just your average adding the card to your page. Because I've seen many times in Builderall, a lot of the e-com people, they tend to take the link and just embed it into the page, and that's all they do. But there's so much more you can do to make this engaging, and that is my idea for today.
Nice.
Is to showcase basically that, not how to create it in the e-com store, but more basically grabbing certain items out of the e-com store and link it to the page.
Mm.
So that's the plan for today.
All right. So I guess you're going to be driving.
I guess so too.
All right. Excellent. Felicity, welcome from Dublin, cold and wet. Today is the coldest day of the year where I am. It's 7 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which is negative 14 Celsius. And if you think you've been inside a freezer and thought that was cold, I challenge you to come to my house and just stand outside casually. It is
Are we,
mind-numbingly cold,
are
and
we living on the same planet? Because it's the opposite here. It's so humid, and there is a storm brewing. I know it's coming.
oof,
In the far end, you see these dark clouds rolling in, and it's super hot.
okay.
So
We can
we're
trade.
definitely on the other side of the world.
We can trade. I'm okay trading. Uh, Jackie, I'm gonna
Oh,
stop my screen share, and you're
all
gonna
right,
guide us through, and I'm excited.
great. Let me do this thing, share my screen. And I think it's this one.
All right.
All right, so here we are. Yes, I added the logo earlier because I thought, I can't just leave a blank space there. It bothers me. I think it's
Sure.
the
I agree.
perfectionist in me. I just had to put something there, and I had to put the menu there and remove services and things because I've just felt a little bit obsessed.
Yeah, no,
So
I totally approve your changes in addition. This is great.
awesome. So right here is where we are going to start playing around with e-commerce. Now, I'm going to show you two things today. I'm going to show you how you just embed the e-com, and then I'm going to show you how different it can look. All right. And you guys will be surprised to notice that you can actually do this with Build It All. So I just need to move this page over as well, just 2 seconds, and see if it moves. Yes. All right, so let me just go into the site right here. And I'm just going to give you a very, very quick detour on how this needs to be done if you are going to create a e-com store. So your very first step will be to create all your products that you have inside of Super Checkout. All right, that is point number one. You're going to have to add your company details. You won't be able to access Super Checkout if you don't do that. Then you're going to add every single product. Now, you can see I've already added 3 products here. The most important part under the products area here, and I'm just going to edit one of them, is that you need to choose the type physical, because if it's not a physical product, you can't really um, have it being delivered or shipped or whatever. Because if you use the type physical, there is other options that's going to open up for you, like shipping. So that is important to take that in consideration. Now, you might ask me, why add my products to Super Checkout if you can see e-commerce right here at the bottom? And there's a good reason for that. Because if you just want to sell a single product, you can do that by just taking this link and add it to a landing page, and somebody can just purchase that product. All right. Maybe you're running a special that day and you don't want people to go to your whole e-commerce site where they can add to cart. Maybe you're just running this combo bites, if you want to think about it that way. You can create a landing page specifically for that product, grab the link, and people will be able to check out without adding it to cart. So e-commerce basically means to add products to cart, more than one. It's not just a once-off product. Now you might be saying, okay, Jackie, but you can in a normal page, and you add the link for a single product, can't you buy more than one? Yes, you can do that with our platform, but you can't add multiple different kinds of products. That is when something becomes e-commerce. So once you've uploaded your product, you see we've got the kibbles. I've created a can that says tuna chunks, and I've combined them here like a burrito combination type of thing with some images. So then we're going to go to the e-commerce site, and you will not see links at the top yet when you start creating it, because you're going to have to put in your basic information here as first. Now, for payment methods, I just said payment on delivery, but you can really go and choose any payment gateway. For the use of this exercise, I just use it like that. And you're going to fill in all the information that you need. A very important part right here, and I'm going to keep on scrolling here, is where you can see you can disable the continue shopping button, or you can enable the continue shopping button, or use a custom thank you page. All right. Now, I don't see why you want to disable a continue shopping button, because sometimes people do want to continue purchasing. Now, if you do that, you're going to have to put your continue shipping URL into this area. And that is the one that you're going to find, which is your home page. So mine is not going to show if I preview, because oh, well, it is, so that's fine. Let me just grab that link. That's a very long link, but that's fine. And you're going to add your link into this area. All right. If you want, you can make use of a thank you page, totally up to you. Important part, tags. Now, what is the function of a tag? Tag is basically like a filter. If you do not like the normal way that we've got categories inside of Build It All, you will see in the normal checkout, you will find categories like clothing, jewelry, all those different kinds of things. And many times you don't have a store like an Amazon where you're selling all those different kinds of products. Then you tend not to want to use that option. All right. And that is where the filtering comes in, which is dry food, wet food combo. This is a very, very important part. And I'm going to show you in a moment why this is important so that your store can look like an e-com store and not like an Amazon or an Etsy or whatever that sells a variety of different things, and you don't want all of those filters available. Then obviously you can add your shipping, you can add your transport zones. I'm not going to go into details, but I can summarize. The transport zones basically means that depending on where a person stays, you can charge them additional shipping fees. Maybe they are outside. Maybe your products are free for people in the US, but anybody outside of the US. So let's say you've got Australia, you've got Ireland, all of them is going to have an additional shipping charge, and that is what you can do with transport zones. You can affiliatize it, all of that. But let's skip to the products area because this is the important part. So now you will see all the products that you've created in Super Checkout is going to sit and be listed right here. When you hover, you can see there's a click to edit. You can also choose to hide a product, and that basically happens. Sometimes you run out of stock. You don't want to go and delete that product. You just want to remove it from your web page for the time being until the product is in stock again, and then you can open it up again. So you're going to have to click on edit. You're going to upload your images. Note that I've got two of the same images here, but it would be great if you can have multiple images from different sites to showcase your product. A good product, what is this product about? You're going to have it at the top. And then right here is where you're going to enable the variation. Remember, we've got now tags, and now this is variations. Now the variation for this specific product is because it's dry food. And in the dry food category, they can find tuna, chicken, and beef. So those are the options that they can choose. And then for each of those options, you will be able to say exactly how much stock is left. Now, what is the key with regards to this part? Let me just make that small. The key for this is if one of these products are getting sold and it runs out of stock, it will no longer be available on your website. So while you are sleeping, people are buying your product. This is going to stop you from selling products that you don't have. So it limits the product sale to say that this product is now out of stock. So that's a really important thing. And then obviously, personalization field is a very cool field if you are selling things like print on demand products where you want maybe the person needs to give a name that needs to be added somewhere. You can personalize that field a little bit. Now here is where you are going to add the tag. Because we are talking about dry food, you are going to add the tag dry food, which means it connects the dry food with this specific package. Now, in the other ones, we've got wet food, which is the canned food. For that one, it will have canned, a wet food in this area. All right. Then the last one would be the product details. In this case, we just say what's the ingredients in this specific product. You can also add discounts, coupon codes, and all of that. All right. So that is the important part with regards to that. Then you can also choose to connect it with Zoho if you really want to go that advanced and completely automate this whole thing. You can connect and install Zoho. There is a fee on Zoho. This is not part of Build It All. It's a third-party platform, but it is possible for you to do that. So once you've done that, you'll see that there are links being created right here. And this is now where the magic happens, and people don't normally see that. So if I have to go to the shopping URL, and I'm just going to copy that now and just add it in like this. This is what the shopping cart is going to look like. And this is what I was talking about. We've got filter here where it says food or drinks, and sometimes there's a lot of different other things. A lot of time you don't want this because you've already created the tags that you can go in between. So if I click dry food, it's only going to show me the kibbles. If I click wet food, it will only show me that chunks. If I click combo, it will only show me that one. So this is a perfect thing for a main page cart. And we are going to do that, but without this filter. All right. So that is the first thing we are going to do. I'm just going to close that and go back to our page. And I'm just going to duplicate this thank you page because I want to show you this is going to be the one part of the complete store. The complete store is not going to be on your homepage, and I'm going to explain to you in a moment. So let me just go to the settings and just call this store because this is our main store. Just like that. All right. And then I'm just going to click on edit. And this is going to be a very simple thing to do. Obviously, you can go and delete your products here if you like. The page you can design to your heart's content for your store page, but I am going to show you in a moment what we are going to do there. Now you'll see we've got the shopping URL right there, but we're going to click on show shopping URL generator. All right. Show filter sidebar. We don't want them to show the filter sidebar. We want to omit that. All right. We also don't want to show categories. We're just going to grab, you can actually put the categories there if you want to, and you're going to copy that. Then we're going to drag this into an iframe, and we're just going to place it right there. Oops, it's the wrong place. All right. I'm just going to take the border away because it's something a lot of people forget. And I want to increase this page slightly. And then let me just remove this background of the kitty and just have it as plain as simple for now. All right. And obviously you can go that far to make it the full width of the page. So if you've got multiple products, you can do full width and it will adjust according to that. So this is going to be the store page. All right. So we're going to click save. So you can see now that the filters that was on the side is no longer there. We only have our products because this is the main store where people can click around. So that is fine. So what are we going to do now with regards to the actual homepage to make it look like a e-commerce store? Now, I don't know about you guys. When you go online to Amazon and those places, at the top, normally they would have things like best sellers, or they will have icons like summer specials, or they might have 3 different categories. And that is exactly what we're going to do. We've got 3 categories. We've got the category for dry food, we've got a category for wet food, and then we've got combo. All right. Although we only have 3 products, you can have multiple products in that category. All right. Maybe one would be under the dry food. You might have products that is for kittens, and then for adult cats, and then senior cats. I'm sure you guys get my drift right here. So this is the area where we are going to create thumbnails for those different categories. All right. And this is where the design part comes in again. We need to get some ideas with regards to what we are going to put in here. Let me just see. There is something hanging here. I just want to take that image out. So let's start with the 3 different categories. I'm just going to grab a box that we can add. And I was thinking, I'm just going to see what a white box is going to look like. I don't know yet. We'll have to play around with that box. So we're going to have these 3 boxes. I just want to see that is going to be the same right size. So the one is going to be the dry food. So let's go grab an image that we've already uploaded here. An image. All right. And then let me just increase this panel height a little bit. And then right here at the top, we need to have a heading. So we can say categories. Remember, you can have bestsellers, you can have whatever you want to add into that area. So let's just grab that one, and we can just call this one our categories. And we can play around with the look and feel of it later. Let's just make it white for now so that it doesn't hurt our eyes. And make sure that we use the font that we've uploaded the previous time. I think it was Balutu, something like that. All right. And let's just go a step further. And again, it's always about playing around with the design, like you guys see last week when Pierre designed that page or the top banner. It's, you take your time, because on the end of the day, you need to make sure that it works for you and for your product. And another good idea is always to go online. We've taught you now in the last few months that you can always go and find ideas online of what e-com stores look like on Theme Forest and those places, and you can copy that kind of designs. But in this example, we don't need to do that because we've taught you that already. So now let's change this image, and we're
Jackie,
going
on
to,
that point,
yeah,
I wanna just say one thing. We sometimes have the tendency to want to create something that looks completely brand new, completely innovative, something completely special just for us. Okay? While that's great, and Builderall is a great place for you to explore that design, I would say if this is your first store, start with something that's really standard looking. So look at Shopify, look at Etsy, look at Amazon. Their process is really clear for a reason, right? Because that layout or that type of checkout is something that they've studied and they've put a lot of research into. And we can say for sure that this is good for conversions. This is a high converting layout. So I want to start there, and then we can add some innovations. We can add some elements that we want and see what the numbers say. All right.
excellent, excellent. All right, so now we're just going to add a button because we want them to continue to shop. So where is our buttons? There we go. I don't think we don't have a button here at the top yet. That's so sad. We haven't thought about a button at the top of the page. we always teach people that, you know what, you need to have a call to action at the top of the page. It should be start shopping, I think. That could be white. White. And then I'm not going to worry about the hover effect. We just want to do this. And we're just going to call it something for the sake of it. This is dry food. Something like that. All right. Or actually, I made a mistake. And I don't really like the icon. I'm just going to remove the icon. And then inside of our button at the top, or not button, the text at the top, we're just going to add dry food. And this is so simple. You guys will see how simple this is. Just going to change the font to the right font again. and let's increase the size. Right, so we're not going to beautify too much. And now I'm just going to duplicate this box. And we duplicate it again. All right. Only thing we now change is we change the images, like this one, my files, and then we're going to look for, where is my dry food? Okay, I didn't upload it here, so hold on a second. That's funny that it's not here. I uploaded to Super Checkout. Why would it not show here? That is so weird.
Could it be in a different folder, or you're in the master, like all folder? I see that.
Yeah, that's very strange. But don't worry, I've got it here on my computer. Just a second for me. Let me just see if I could find it. Yeah. Do, 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 do. All right. I hope I can find it here. Otherwise, I'll have to download it again, but it's fine. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Upload. I've got so many things here on my page, so don't get a shock to see all of this. Canned food. All right. So we can have the canned food here. And these images are quite large because I haven't changed them or adjusted them. So let's just give it a, just do it like that for now. And we have to edit it. Now you guys can see again how we edit these products by just cropping them. I actually even created shampoo in this range, but I totally forgot it.
Uh-oh.
Forgot it. All right, let me replace that one. So we can add our canned food and make it smaller. What a nice brand.
I think so. I think so.
I'm sure you will buy this for your kitty.
Yeah. He's actually in my lap right now.
Of course, yes. You're his daddy.
You want to say hi? Say hi. He was napping.
Oh
As
my
you can see from his
goodness.
face, he's a little grumpy.
Why do you wake me up?
Yeah.
Combo. Okay, and this is going to be our combo. So let's just replace this image. We're almost there. And it's so weird that it's did not showcase. All right, upload the combo and then change it. Edit it because it's quite a large file. And the combo is just as awesome. I think a lot of people got this love and hate relationship with regards to AI, but I think it's awesome that it can help you create such amazing images.
I think so too.
Okay. Change. And then we're going to grab the combo that we just created. Now, this process, what I just done now, you guys don't need to actually go through this process if you have already fixed it prior to uploading it. So I just want to remove the white at the back and click save again. So you basically got a little Canva inside of your account where you can remove background images and things like that. And if you wonder why I keep closing and opening it, is because I think I'm a little bit in a rush always to do this type of thing. So there is our combo. So those are 3 products. We're just going to click save so that we do not miss this out. And not now. I'm going to bring up this banner. And now we're going to link, this is now where the linking comes. We're going to link the dry food just to the dry food, the wet food to the wet food, and the combo to the combo. So we're going to go and jump right back into the shopping URL generator here. And you're going to see that we've got our food and drinks there, but we do not need to worry about the category that much. You can leave that out. But it's the filter, the tags, that is important. So we want to use dry food, copy that. And under the dry food, that is what we are going to link. In the same tab, we're going to click select. All right. Then you can go with buying the wet food. Same process. Take that tag away. And now you guys can see why it was so important earlier to create the tags for the different kinds of products that you have. So I'm just going to have that URL open in the same tab. And then the combo is going to be that one. And then show the filter sidebar. I don't want to show this side. I must change the other 2 as well. Sorry. So the combo is going to be that one. Okay, let me just go back to the wet food because I made a mistake there. Wet food, copy. And then we can also have the last one, which was the dry food. Cool. There we go. Then we're going to click save. So basically what we've done now is we've already created our whole store, our whole checkout system here. We have given them a space where they can choose which category they want to shop in. So this is all about, I don't want to complicate it, but the hierarchy of your website. So when search engines come to this website, they're going to see the hierarchy. They're going to see that your site is about food, pet food, which is specifically cats. And then under the main thing, under cats, you will find 3 different categories. One is dry food, wet food, and combo. And then the next panels below these could be the testimonials of your existing clients that you have. It could be a little bit more information about the type of food that you are using. Maybe you're using organic food, or maybe just vegetables that's very high in protein. So the rest of your page can now act more of a trust building exercise than just a plain e-com store. And that is why it looks completely different than having just what you saw earlier, which was this specific page. I just want to save again just to make sure, because I'm like, saving is your friend. So it looks so much different than just, and I know why this is happening. It's not because there's something wrong. It's because my antivirus is doing this. Let me just fix that. I hate it when my antivirus picks up every single thing and tells it that they don't want to. And that is because this is not a .com URL or a specific, what do you call it?
It's the HTTPS link at the top. Actually, if you go to the URL bar and remove the S in your HTTP,
it will work.
Yeah.
I'm leaving it anyway. It's on the safe. I'm adding it as an exclusion. I've got so many exclusions on my ad. Wait, there we go. All right. So now you're going to see it looks so much better than just having a page with the ecom store link for the whole shop. And I'm sure you guys can agree. It looks better than just having a page looking like this with the products. Now you've got a page actually looking like this, where it loads nicely. You scroll, you see, oh, wow, I can buy these different kinds of products. So when they click buy now, they're going to go to that specific product. So let's just save this page and go out. I have saved it already, I know. Let me just go out there and go view. Going to go to our categories. We're going to say buy now. It's going to go to the page. You can choose your product that you want to buy. You're going to click buy. I want to say I want to add that one to cart. You're going to click to cart. Chicken. All right. There is your keep shopping, because we said we need to allow it to have the keep shopping. And then it brings you to a shopping page, unless you wanted to go to the page where your store is allocated. So let's say you want to buy that one now, you can do that and you can keep adding it to cart. All right, so you can do much more than just this. All of these pages can be embedded into your website. You don't have to have it to a page like this. That's totally up to you. But the idea here today is to showcase how you can change your homepage design to look more like an e-com store. So the last thing that you're going to want to do once you have established this, I don't know if we're going to keep on building onto this page, is to add a login button for clients that returns. All right. Because we always want to have a login button for people that returns. All right. So that is a very simple thing you can do. It's just literally a button that you're going to grab, place it right at the top. All right. Change the color of, is that the color of the button? Login. What is this blue? That's supposed to be white. And then the general color, let me just take the hover away. You can have your login button right here at the top. All right. And then now the fun part of this is you have to go live to create this the first time. So I'm just going to grab this link right here. All right. And if you see there is a sign in button, you're going to click on sign in. And this is the page where people can go back into. So you're going to copy that URL at the top, and you're going to add that to the link at the top for people that are returning. And there you've set up your pages. That is how easy it really is to create such a page.
And I just want to say, think about the flexibility, right? Because you're not locked into a specific format, you can add and have this hybrid page where you're educating people, but also you're giving people links direct to your shop. And I think that is something that's really powerful.
Definitely. And then let's make this official to have a button there. And we can just say start shopping. I don't know if you want to use other words here, but I'm just going to say start shopping. I'm just going to remove this icon away. And we need to change the font family. I haven't changed the font family for all of them, but that is fine. You guys get the drift. And we need to make sure that this button, oops, is round. Round, okay, that's fine. It is round. There we go. Now, obviously, you can go and add shadows to it and all of that, but that's not what we're going to do today. We're just going to save it like that. And publish. So if you're going to go take a look at other stores out there, and I mean, let's think about it. This is not an Amazon or Etsy store, all right? Because you only sell one specific product. There's not multiple different kinds of products. But if you have to go to Theme Forest and it wants to verify that I'm human, and let's type in cat food store. We'll see what we come up with. So here is one. Let's go take a look at the, this is now not for cats, but you still can get the idea of what these templates look like. And by the way, what you've just seen there, you can do exactly the same by using Lottie files. We are integrated with Lottie files. So while the site loads, you can let the Lottie file show that it's been loading. So they've got the page at the top. So let's go grab one. Here is one for cats. Let's view the demo to get some ideas of what you can achieve. I love this. It's so cute. This is so cute.
That is really cool. I like how they have the image.
Oh
So
my goodness, I
that's
love it.
really cool.
All right, so there we've got our buy button. Now you can also have like a percentage off, but now let's scroll a little bit. And then there's the shop by category. It's exactly what we've done now. Ours is not just circles, we've got blocks allocated. So you can also have shop by category, scroll down, and this is where they're giving additional things. Maybe it's just an image of a product. This could be something like your best sellers that you can have in this area. And by the way, we have the same function. We've showed you previously how this works. You can use the box hover to have the same effect by adding your image, and then when they hover over it, it shows what the keyballs is about. So we have exactly the same function. So you can also have your shop by category, some of your products that is best sellers maybe at the top, and then there they start talking about other things. So maybe you have got different kinds of information in this area that you can add. I don't know, depends on what your business is going to be about. But this can give you ideas. This banner you can also use if you are running a promotion. Maybe it's Black Friday. And this could be your Black Friday special where it says exclusive Black Friday special, and you can add your specific product in that area. So this is what I was referring to when I'm talking about a e-commerce store and not just adding the banner or the checkout at the top of the page. So you can really find your inspiration by going online and take a look. A very good idea is a blog. If you really want to become an expert inside of your industry, is to go and add a blog to your page. So if you had to scroll down here, you have this category. The next one might be features. So I'm just going to duplicate this so you can see what I would have done. The difference now is I would have this on this side, and I will say this is our best sellers. That's best sellers. And I know this is strange, but I always do this kind of thing. All right. Just see how long this should be. All right, so we've got our categories, we've got our best sellers. Just do that. So these could just be images. We don't need that. Just like they've got on that page as well.
I want to throw out an idea here. It would be really cool to show the product on one side of the panel and then maybe have a testimonial on the other about that product, right?
Exactly.
We don't have to do that now, but it's just something to.
But why not?
Sure, we can hop into it. I'm just thinking of all the different ways we can validate the user. So on the customer or the consumer behavior front, what you're going to see is that a lot of times people want someone to validate their decision that they've already taken. So if they see a testimonial next to the specific product, it would be like, let's give you an example. You said shampoo before. Let's say we say, there's a testimonial that says, I use this shampoo for my cat, and it was the only thing that took care of my cat's dander. Right. So before that, my cat had dandruff. Now with this product, it doesn't have it anymore. That's a great thing to validate the customer's purchase. So having them side by side, especially with that buy now button, just gives people direct access, right, to the product when they want to buy it.
Right, let me just do this. Let me just cancel that one. Discard. We're going to grab this. I just want to grab the color here. That is something I would like to see in future, is if we can have the editor with the colors in here that we are using as a theme. That would be also very great
That
one
would
day.
be cool.
Okay, so the line is the only one that we can actually change the color according to what we have. So we've got, and I need to edit this one quickly. Let's do that. My files, edit, and we just do it like this. If you guys are wondering what AI did I use to create these images, I basically created the very first image we used last week, and then from that you refine it, and I use Google Labs for that purpose. I love Google Labs. I think it's my go-to. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but that's what I constantly use.
I like Google's offering.
So there is that one, and then let's go grab a testimonial. So you really do not need to try and figure out what a testimonial need to have. You're just going to go to the panels, and you're going to go look for the testimonials and see what you like. You can see we've got one like this. We've got one like that. Maybe just we want to have just two. Maybe you want to have three. So let's just do this 3 one, just to make it a little bit more engaging. And we're just going to drag and drop it. And then we can delete the one that we have. Obviously, you need to change the text in this area, but that's already looking so much better. And then we've got that one saved, and yes, publish the website. And then underneath your testimonials and features and whatever you have created, I really do believe that a blog is an important function, especially if you are into cats. People love reading articles about the cats. When they come to your webpage, they're going to see that you are the expert. So you can start adding your blog post underneath it so that it has the same type of feeling. So if we had to go back, and I'm just going to use this now as an example again, let me just go back to that one page of the cat demo. And I'm just using this as an example. Don't go and copy people's information. I'm just using it as an example. I'm just going to go to the bottom, because I'm just going to copy this. I want you to see what it will look like in the page itself if you had to create your own blog. Just going to go down there. Because, by the way, your blog can look the same. It's basically the same thing. It's just we're not going to go through the whole process to actually create that. So I'm going to show you what it looks like by just going to upload the elements as an image. I'm just going to do that and then add another panel. Add that image, change that image. Let's just upload it. Obviously, it's not going to look like the rest of our site, but it's going to give you a good idea. It's not going to give you the same color buttons, but I don't think I need to go into too much depth of explanation. All right, so I'm just going to take that away, and I'm just going to enlarge this image. Make that one larger. And you can imagine what this would have looked like if we have the right colors now underneath this. And save. All right. So I do not say that you need to go and copy things like this. You have to actually create the website and the pages for the blog. So that is what it is like. We've got our banner at the top. We've got our login button at the top. You can have your store. You can have your store right here at the menu, because I think we forgot about that. We can write here store or online store. All right, and I'm just going to move that up, 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 up again. Oh, online store. And then we're going to have our blog. And we can have that just before that one. Save. And move up the logo. Move that up slightly. Make this a little bit smaller. Oops. Let me just go down there. All right. Perfecto. And then publish. I think it looks great. So let's take a look. Close. If we had to go and take a look at our site so far, you will see there is our things, our heading, start shopping, our categories, some testimonials of our page, and then our blog. This is so super cool.
Beautiful.
Super, super cool.
Beautiful.
Now, again, when you do these type of things, remember it's always good to start generating. I mean, we've got some time now. I might as well speak about that as well. To generate people to actually sign up, whether it's a newsletter, a coupon code, or whatever. And that's what we want to do. We want to give them a coupon code when they enter into our website. You can then do it through different ways. You can have a second banner at the top, that when this banner scrolls, the other one comes up. But we did not create a global header in this example, so it's not going to work. But we can go and create one on the side. And I'm going to show you how we do that. We're just going to grab a box. Let me just choose this one here. And like this. And then we're going to grab some text. And I'm just going to add it to the page here. Just a coupon code. Get 20% discount. All right. We're going to make sure that we choose our font again. I'm going to make the size smaller because that's way too big for what I am anticipating to do. 34. I think that's fine. All right. And then we need to have the same color. So I'm just going to pick up this color again. it's always a good idea to go and make use of an extension for these, a color picker extension. It makes life so much easier. All right, I'm just going to
Right.
move our package to the side, and I'm going to turn it like this. I'm going to bring it into the box like that. I'm actually going to stretch it a little bit because I want to do something very funky. Just going to go to Canva quickly. I'm going to make use of a logo or a logo size. And these, I see that the Canva has made a change. And I was so upset when I saw it earlier because now I have to try and find things. And I don't know where they moved it to. So I'm just going to put here cat, graphic of a cat. And we're going to choose a nice one. I think this one is going to work for what I anticipate to do. Stretch this little kitty. And then we're going to download this as a transparent. We're going to compress. Oh, we don't have to compress it. It's so small anyways. Okay, it says failed. And there's a reason why it says failed, because it wants us to add something to it. So I'm just going to type in a circle. And I'm basically just making that circle white. There we go. We played a little bit around. Now we're going to download this page. It's transparent. Download. And it will be successful now. And now we're going to upload it as an image. Image. Right click. I guess for newbies, it might seem like we are clicking a lot. And we're just doing a click here, click here, click here. But luckily, these are things that is being recorded. You can watch the replay. And you will find the more you play around with the builder, the easier it becomes. So this is now the key part. This little kitty that I brought in, if I put it right there at the top, it's not going to work. But if I bring it into this picture, you can see it makes a blue background. If it makes a blue background, it means it's now stuck into that image. All right. Now I'm going to click on it and I'm going to pin this to the side and click done. It looks so cool. Now we're going to click save. Just in time. And then move our packaging back to where it was.
I love that on the side. I think it's great, and I like the little cat. I think it's awesome.
There we go. Publish. So I can show you guys what it looks like when you now actually go live with it. All right. So there it is there on the side. So when you start scrolling, it stays there. You just now need to click, add it to a link that when they click, they're going to opt into your list. They're going to go to the thank you page. You're going to tell them to go check the email with the coupon code to actually shop.
Beautiful.
That is how, but I just want to mention another thing from experience that I had with the previous customer site that I built. You can do what I just said now by when they click on it, they're going to go to the page so that they can subscribe. But would be a better idea is the moment that they've subscribed, send them back to the shopping page, all right? By on the thank you page, you're going to say, here is your discount coupon code. And you give them the name of the coupon code. Let's say Black Friday. And then when they click on that button, they go back to the home page to continue shopping using the word Black Friday. You don't want to miss them, that they're going to leave your website and not make that purchase, because now you've got the email address anyways. And what makes our platform stand out with regards to Mailing Boss is our sunset policy. In the past, it was an issue. If you didn't get people's email addresses and they didn't confirm, then you struggle and the people do not engage with your list. Remember now, our system is protecting your domain reputation by putting them under sunset if they do not engage with your emails anyway. So it's really not an issue. Try to engage with them from the beginning. I think that covers it for today, Pierre. I don't know. Is there anything you
Beautiful.
wanted to say?
I think it's so exciting just to be able to see how we can uh, merge together the world of a website and the world of e-commerce, because they're both online, they're both websites, but they behave different, they act different. So having that flexibility to add that box element that you have in the side, to add a testimonial next to the actual link, to be able to design the page like we want to, gives us flexibility that no other e-commerce platform gives us, nor a website builder gives us at the same time. So this is really where Builderall comes into its own, right? This is something that we can do that I don't think anyone else can.
Yeah,
Those
I
two
agree
together,
with you.
and then you add the layers of mailing boss and social proof, and you're able to follow up and do all of the conversion optimization things that you wouldn't be able to do in other platforms. So I think it's just I'm things like this get me really excited.
And I think if we think about the workshop that we've done last week,
Mhm.
people can also integrate the auto social post where you start posting your products
Mhm.
to social media. And when they comment on Instagram with regards to that specific one, you can send them the coupon code to shop on your website.
Yes.
It's really exciting to know that we are truly the all-in-one digital platform. We don't need to go elsewhere to create such a robust, what is the word, empire, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
All right, guys, I think this is it for this week. I don't know what we're going to do next week.
Let's figure that out. Right? You want to do next week? We can have people vote on it, uh, and we'll fly by the seat of our pants, as they say. All right.
Great.
Excellent.
All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. From me
Thank
and Pierre, have a wonderful day. We'll see
you.
you
See you later.
around.
Bye.
Bye.